Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world and what time you're watching this video. My name is KeyVion Miller. I am a registered dietitian nutritionist, and I'm going to be sharing with you some really easy ways that we can start to improve our health today and make sure that we're eating right, fueling our body properly so that way we can feel good and do what we need to do to get through the day. The first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is water. It's so important that we make sure we're drinking enough water. And drinking 2, 3, 16-ounce bottles is not enough water. It's not enough, y'all. We got to drink more. At minimum, we should be drinking 64 ounces of water per day, which is the equivalent of 8 cups of water. So really, we could be anywhere between a range of drinking 8 to 12 cups of water per day, okay? And we don't want sugar-sweetened beverages to be taking the place of our water. The second thing we have to make sure that we do and try to do better about this are the vegetables. Yes, so many people that I speak to, they might skip 2 days, not have any vegetables at all, or only have vegetables with dinner. And that is just not enough. We have to have vegetables more than just at dinner time. At minimum, we should be having vegetables both lunch and dinner. And also, too, if you can squeeze it in for breakfast, that's wonderful. That's like a health bonus. That's like what I like to call it. Or if you want vegetables for a snack, maybe some carrots or celery or some sliced up peppers that you might dip in a little ranch or maybe some hummus. That would be a really great snack. The third thing we have to make sure we're paying attention to is fruit. Fruit is still healthy, it's still important. It has those naturally occurring sugars, which is very different from the added sugars. So it should not be grouped as a sugar that you avoid, because we should not avoid fruit. It's the same reason that we should not skip a day eating vegetables, we should also not skip a day eating fruit. So having 2-3 servings of fruit per day is not excessive. That's a really good goal. And if we're not having fruit with the meal, we want to try to make sure that we're having it as a snack, okay? Another thing we can think about, the fourth thing I want to encourage you guys to think about is your portion of meat on your plate. I think in general, especially here in America, we overdo it on the amount of meat that we eat in one sitting, okay? The amount of meat we're eating, it should not take up half of our plate. If it's taking up that much of your plate, you're doing too much, and we want to try to cut the portion back down, okay? You could even think like in terms of the palm of your hand, especially for women. This is a really good reference for us. The meat should not exceed the palm of your hand, okay? So you can use that as a guide. And that's important. That's important to contributing to our overall health. Protein, meat is good, and we need protein. There's benefits to making sure we're eating enough protein, but we can't overdo it and eat too much protein, okay? The other thing I definitely do not want to leave off of here as I wrap it up is carbs, carbohydrates, okay? So we can still include carbs on our plate, and we should. Our plate shouldn't just look like vegetables and some protein. There's a lot of really great nutrition that we get from a variety of carbs. So it's a very important group that when I hear people tell me they're cutting carbs, I start to cringe a little, because it's like, all right, well, what are you cutting? How much are you cutting? What exactly is that looking like? Because potatoes, whether it's white potato or sweet potato, are excellent source of fiber along with other vitamins and nutrients like potassium and vitamin A that we need. When you say you're cutting carbs, you may also be cutting things like beans and peas and lentils, and all of those are excellent and wonderful, and we should be including those a little more frequently. You might also not be doing things like rice and pasta. We don't have to cut out rice and pasta. We can still eat those foods. They shouldn't take up the whole plate, right? We should make sure we have a really good amount of vegetables on the plate, decrease the amount of protein if we need to, and still have a place on our plate for some good healthy carbs. So those are my tips. Those are my tips for helping you to get started on eating healthy and improving your diet starting today or this week. Okay, so I look forward to being able to speak with you guys more about this. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions.